Now tonight's McDonald's quarterback comparison. Pittsburgh's Ben Roethlisberger has had a sparkling beginning to his NFL career. He currently leads the league in passer rating. San Diego's Drew Brees has been hot. Over the last 2 weeks, he's completed 83% of his passes with 4 touchdowns and no interceptions.
A lot of terrible towels in this crowd tonight.
End of the season. From the 14-yard line on first down, fakes it to Willie Parker. And on a roll, throws, and that pass is incomplete, and a flag is thrown there. Antoine Randall L. was the intended receiver. Quentin Jammer with the coverage on the play.
Yeah, that was the thing Bill Cowher told us last night, that he wants to start off with things like reverses and bootlegs and those types of plays. This was a bootleg. You see number 23, Quentin Jammer, just grabbed the jersey right there.
Ben Roethlisberger, Miami University.
Willie Parker, North Carolina Tar Heel.
Antoine Randall L., Indiana.
Hines Ward, Georgia.
Jeremy Tillman, Michigan.
Heath Miller, Virginia. Marvell Smith, Arizona State.
Alan Faneca, Louisiana State University.
Jeff Hardings, Penn State University.
Kendall Simmons, Auburn. Max Starks, Florida Gators.
And Gates, that tight end, is split out wide to the left this time as a receiver. Brees avoids the first would-be sack, but not the second. Kimo von Oelhoffen got there first, and Joey Porter cleaned it up.
Yeah, and that's where he was trying to go, too. This is the thing about this Pittsburgh Steelers team is they can bring free and get there.
10 now for Pittsburgh at the 29-yard line. And the pass quickly out to Randall L. Nice slip move as he gets out of the backfield. But then Tommy Maddox gets hurt. So he comes in, and all he does is win 13 games, complete about 2/3 of his passes, 98.1 pass rating. And that last note, first quarterback in NFL history, not just a rookie, to start 13 or more games in the season and win every start. And then he wins his first.
Aaron Smith, Northern Colorado.
Casey Hampton, Texas.
Kimo von Oelhoffen, Boise State.
James Harrison, Kent State.
James Ferrier, UVA.
Larry Foote, Detroit Westside Cubs.
Joey Porter, Colorado State.
Ike Taylor, Louisiana Lafayette.
Troy Polamalu, Southern California. Chris Hope, the Florida State Seminole.
Deshae Townsend, University of Alabama.
Brees more time at the line of scrimmage.
And he falls down and has to hold on to the football. He is still not contacted yet. And then he goes down here. Casey Hampton loss against Brees. 4-yard loss. And on third down now, Brees guns it over the middle and is picked off at the 42-yard line. But no, they say incomplete. Ike Taylor comes away with the football, but the play is dead and whistle dead, incomplete.
The ball blindly, and part of the reason he's only 6 feet tall, so he doesn't see everything all the time. So he has to visualize where his receiver is.
For the no gain for Parker. And now Roethlisberger sets up, guns it over the middle, caught by Cedric Wilson, the number 3 wideout, 50-year out of Tennessee, picked up as a free agent in the offseason and good for 22 yards.
And Roethlisberger is going to go after his zone. You see Marion right there is number 56. He just throws it right by him. He goes back, he looks to the left, he comes straight up the middle, finds that hole and throws.
So he's 21 and a little less than 21 and a half. To the outside goes Roethlisberger.
So it is pretty complicated.
And just to clear it up from the announcement on the field, it's second down. And this is Parker. And to tell it to quarterbacks. I mean, they tell you that in almost every sport. 2nd and 9. And here is the bust, Jerome Bettis. And Jerome Bettis looks like he's in mid-season form as he handles the ball for the first time this season. And the whole bench gets up to salute him. 16 yards.
55 pounds.
2nd down and 6. Hines Ward makes the catch, hits straight upfield, picks up the first down of the 31. Michelle Tafoya still on maternity leave. It's the turnover. San Diego on 2nd down and 9. Tomlinson on a screen. Nothing happening, though, because number 92, James Harrison, 2nd year out of Kent State, replacing the injured Clark Higgins.
Steelers have 6 defensive backs.
And there's one of them coming in from the side on the blitz. That was Ike Taylor who forced the issue. 4th down, first quarter, and it's 2nd down and 10. Roethlisberger. Little wobbly pass to the left side, and flags come in from every angle. Again, you've got 3 flags here as Drayton Florence.
That means you did.
Pass interference. Defense, number 29. The ball will be placed to the spot of the foul. First down.
Roethlisberger throws, and that is caught in amongst 4 San Diego Chargers as Hines Ward is in the game. The Chargers show blitz, and they're going to come. And Roethlisberger is going to throw, and it is caught by Ward, and there is no whistle yet, and he gets up, and he is going to go all the way to the end zone. 47 yards off the blitz to Ward, who made the catch, was almost contacted well upfield, gets up and goes to the end zone.
It can mean this guy right here, Hines Ward. And he's playing with a pulled hamstring. He makes a move like that. The play's not over. He makes another move and another move. And then right here, he smells the end zone. There is one tough customer. Not he didn't touch him,
the play.
but the tackling was terrible.
The defensive player hit the foot of the receiver at the 33-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. Pittsburgh at the 33.
Wow.
San Diego is not charged a timeout.
Well, I'm surprised because we didn't see that when we're looking at the replays during the commercial. Take a look. Now, all right, does Jammer touch his foot? He does touch his foot, but at what point does he touch his foot? He touches it there. Now, does Ward have possession? Is it a completion at that point is the question. Well, Triplett's going to say yes, and I'm sure the Steelers will look at it and say you're crazy. That he doesn't have possession until he's finished rolling with the ball.
Someone's imagination.
Yeah. When it's flag happy, there are normally some imaginary calls. This one is not imaginary. This is real, and Antoine Randall takes it all the way to the 12-yard line. Blitz coming, and Roethlisberger saw it, and he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown. Pressure coming from the left side of the defense. Around the corner, read it perfectly, and away he went for the touchdown.
29, Drayton Florence, he was coming, and he was coming right into Ben Roethlisberger's face. See, from his right, and he took a peek out there, and he looked and he saw it, but this was an organized run. This is a lead draw.
Needed him on 3rd down from the 37-yard line. And Tomlinson is going to get bottled up at the line of scrimmage. James Farrier, the linebacker. You know that, the huddle, they run the play clock all the way down, and then Breeze hangs in there, and that is tipped, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by James Harrison, who looks like Edwin Moses on the run back, and brings it all the way back out to the 44-yard line. Off the deflection, and Pittsburgh will have the ball near midfield.
And we were just talking about Antonio Gates and how he uses his body and how he uses his hands and how he attacks the ball. The last guy that you would think that one would go through his hands on like that is Antonio Gates. That was some play there, wasn't it?
Wild. And there's a flag down at the end of this play.
After the play is over. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 68. On the offensive team. That's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
So the penalty against San Diego in total yards. 71 to 52. Parker. And Parker knifes through the San Diego defense like it's non-existent, and it's a first down at the 11-yard line.
He's going to hit this. It's a little delay here. Now right here he starts to lose his balance, puts his left hand down, and bounces off and gets about 5 more yards. Wouldn't you like to do that?
We've seen that before. 2nd down and 8 from the 10-yard line. Pressure. Look at Roethlisberger escaping a tackle. He's already run for a touchdown, and close to another here. He gets the first down. Breaks out of a Steve Foley tackle, and that's the one thing about Roethlisberger, and John talking about it at the beginning of the show, how big and how strong he is and how he sheds tacklers.
Yeah, I talked to him about that last night, and he says what he does, he never gives the guy his chest. He always gives him a shoulder. And that's what he did to Foley there. But, again, he's so big. I mean, he weighs 252 pounds. He gives the shoulder right there. And as he gives the shoulder, he takes the chest away, and that gets into a spin. And then he comes out of the spin, and you got a 252-pound guy running for the goal line.
And he's got a first down. It'll be first down at the 2-yard line. Inside the 1-yard line. And the bus will get into the end zone. Jerome Bettis, who hasn't played this season because of a calf strain incurred in the third week of preseason, gets into the game tonight and gets into the end zone.
After that penalty, first down here, you're going to just pound the ball to Jerome Bettis, but he just doesn't ram it in there. You know, I mean, he just doesn't make one cut and go. He'll make a cut.
2-1-1, but nobody can put the kibosh or kibosh, whatever we decide, on something like this better than we can, John. We had Parcells.
We did it to Parcells. Yeah, we killed him.
7 yards. That's a killer. And that's what happened to Schottenheimer's team in the first half. Here's Tomlinson swinging to the outside. And it's Troy Polamalu who knocks him down after Joey Porter had strung him out.
Stopping themselves with a penalty.
Second down and 12. Breeze is going to swing it over the middle into a lot of traffic, and it's knocked away. Trying to get it to Keenan McCardell, who is surrounded by a trio of white shirts. Third and 12. Blitz, 5-man rush, and they get to him. The pressure gets to him, and it is incomplete.
Which the Steelers are in now. 75% of the time they blitz, and you see Tomlinson had to pick
for 23 yards. Roethlisberger to throw. Under pressure, but he steps up. Great pocket presence, and it's tipped, and it's caught by Parker. So he's able to escape a sack. It's tipped by Randall Godfrey, the linebacker, and it turns into a completion.
Watch Randall Godfrey there. He's just standing there free. And you see when Roethlisberger starts to run, Godfrey is watching him all the way. And as the ball comes out, he reacts to it. And it just goes right through his hands and right into Willis' side. And there's no place he can go.
Chris Gordacki the punt. Close to a block. That would have been big news. And then it is muffed. And Pittsburgh has it back. So Sproles lost the ball. He was going to run it back, and he lays it right into the hands of a Steeler. The defensive back and special teams performer, Awama, comes away with the football.
See, Sproles was going to fair catch that, but he let it get too close to his body, and it looks like it's going to hit him in the face mask and the shoulder pads. You have to get your hands out in front. He was going back. He fair catches. I think his own guy kind of flashed in front of him, and maybe he lost a little concentration from his own guy.
The receiver signaled for a fair catch. By rule, he must be given an unmolested opportunity to complete the catch. He muffed the ball and was trying to catch it again when the defensive player caught it and took it away from him. That is fair catch interference. 15 yards, automatic first down, San Diego.
Well, you talk about a Christmas present. Of course, Power will go nuts. But the question is, even though it's his own man, did the Pittsburgh Steeler player, Iwoma, interfere with him?
I think is what he said. After it bounces off him, you have to let him still have the right to catch it.
Right.
Now, that's a stupid rule.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
but
that's stupid.
It's only after a fair catch, though.
Yeah, but you see here, he doesn't catch it there. Now you can't interfere with his next right to catch it. But that's a bunch of baloney. I mean, that's a rule. I mean, Bill Cowher's right. Give it to him, man. Give it to him.
Here come the Steelers. Breeze gets it away. Juggled, still juggled, and then dropped. Incomplete. Roethlisberger moving out, buys time, slings it, and that is caught along the sideline by Hines Ward. 4, and San Diego starting from the 41-yard line as Breeze drops back and throws underneath. Tomlinson for a gain of a couple. Here's Sam.
None of us could.
And the rest, as they say, is history in the making. That's incomplete, intended for Antonio Gates. Second and 6. And that's a pass intended for Nealon. You know, the comparisons are ridiculous, of course.
Yeah, that. No. Yeah, that. No. Barry just played.
3rd and 6, and that is a pass into the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for Gates, and the coverage by Willie Williams.
They're playing Antonio Gates like he's a wide receiver. And that's why you have dime defense in there, and that's why you have corners on him instead of linebackers and or safeties.
Parker, at least last year during the NBA season.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And that is caught at the 50-yard line by Antoine Randall L. for a first down into San Diego territory to the 48, and that's a 28 or a 20-yard gain.
All the way to the post. It's just you start up and then you go like you're going to the post, which would be towards the goal post, but you just come under control, straighten it up. You see right there? That's the skinny part of it. You start, if you were a regular post, you'd come more across. Skinny post, you cut it off shorter.
From the 48-yard line, the anti-skinny one, Mr. Bettis to the 40. Cedric Wilson is in the game, spelling him at the receiver spot. And whatever he's packing, he can still move it. First down.
You know, and that's the thing that I used to say with players. I don't care what you carry weight-wise as long as you can move it. And that's the thing. I mean, this guy is packing a lot of weight, but watch his feet. I mean, he has great feet. And big guys don't make moves like Jerome Bettis does. And that's what puts him in a category all by himself. A big guy, a great big body. I mean, he's a tailback and a nose like Luke Groza. That's who's inside and kicking.
There's Tomlinson. Yeah, it's turn to the backup back. Fake to him. Breeze hangs in there. Breeze deep downfield. That is incomplete. And here comes the flag. You knew that was coming. Polamalu hitting Antonio Gates.
Say, Polamalu and Antonio Gates have been going at it all night. I mean, he's been covering him, and Gates has to block Polamalu in the run, and you talk about, you know, playing after and those kinds of things. They've been doing it all night.
Big throw, catches for Farrier again. And this time Harrison is there to wrap up Tomlinson for the Chargers, who at one point led 14-0, now trailing 14-13, and Breeze throws to Parker, and that's a great tackle to save a first down by Ike Taylor and force Schottenheimer into a decision here as to hold. We'll put it down at the 31-yard line to give San Diego the lead. And Kading with a perfect season to this point.
Coaches in football.
But the officials threw a flag on the opening kickoff and haven't stopped all night. Quincy Morgan fields the kick at the 1-yard line. And Morgan puts Pittsburgh in nice position with a run back up to the 38-yard line. It's the old time pass. Bettis is the running back. Roethlisberger. And that is caught by Hines Ward. And Ward down the sideline for a gain all the way to the 26-yard line. Quentin Jammer finally knocks him down at that point. 37 yards.
Three guys here. Then they're going to have a short. Then they're going to have a medium and a deep. When the defense goes off with the deep, then the medium, in this case Hines Ward, is wide open.
They ruled him out of the 29 to make it a 33-yard. Roethlisberger slings it to the outside, and that's Ward again. So Ward to the right, Ward to the left, and Ward for a couple of first downs. Cedric Wilson is the man in motion. Roethlisberger is protected well, and just like that, a touchdown. Heath Miller, the tight end, their #1 draft choice out of Virginia, and a team that doesn't use the tight end very often decides in the draft to make their #1 pick a tight end, and here he is for the touchdown to give Pittsburgh the lead again.
You know, I think in this case here, he had two tight ends in there, just one wide receiver, so he has a double in. And you see Heath Miller's going to come up. He runs inside now. Ben sees him all the way, and he can lead him in the end zone perfectly.
21-16 as Roethlisberger leads him right down the field in a hurry.
Polamalu is a very, very tough guy.
2nd and 10. And the flag comes in, as you can see it, as the ball got to Antonio Gates.
Drew Brees led him right into that.
Number 51, and the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Marty Schottenheimer still trying to get to the big one for the first time. 1st and 5. Tomlinson. In the equivalent almost of a full season. And Breeze is going to go deep. And Breeze is looking for Parker, and the pass is underthrown and broken up by Ike Taylor. From the 1. And Tomlinson is into the end zone for a touchdown. 17 consecutive games. And they'll give it to Tomlinson again. And he can't get there, which puts Pittsburgh in a position to win the game potentially. The great ex-Colt, Baltimore Colt. That's next week. But first things first, tonight it's a 1-point game, and Cedric Wilson will run back the Caden kickoff and put him in pretty good field position with a nice run back all the way out to the 39-yard line. 75% for his career. And he just does get it. So 3 out of 4 times on the 3rd and 1 when they've handed it to him in his illustrious 13-year career, he's picked up the first down and the all-time leader in receptions, eclipsing John Stallworth. Here's the bus on 2nd down, and again it's going to be a 3rd and 1. And they call his number again, and he does it again, and he gets taken down inside the 40 by Randall Godfrey.
255 pounds. And you have Bettis, who weighs 255 pounds.
With 118, Roethlisberger throwing, and that's caught, and now they're in field goal range. And that is Roethlisberger, who is down and really hurt. So timeout taken, and getting up now is Charlie Batch, because their regular backup quarterback, who would be Tommy Maddox, suffered a calf injury in practice on Friday. So Maddox is not even here, and Batch would have to come in.
Look at him, and we talk about how a quarterback has to be tough, and he can't look at a rush. He just has to feel it, and he has to step in. Ben Roethlisberger steps in with his left foot and steps right into that.
And that's Luis Castillo, the rookie from Northwestern. Charlie Batch is a guy who's been around, 4th year with the Steelers, so he's thrown only 8 passes with them. But remember, going back a few years, Batch was going to first down so they can force San Diego to use its timeouts. And they give it to the bus, and the bus is apparently over the line for a first down. Let's see where they spot it. The bus. A hard 3, 22-yard line, so now it's about a 40-yard field goal.
About right now, this one.
Rookie snapper Greg Warren, free agent out of North Carolina, veteran holder Gardocki, and Reed for a 40-yarder. And everything is perfect. Snap, hold, kick. And San Diego has 6 seconds to effect a Cal Stanford run back.
As you said, everything was perfect. Perfect snap, perfect hold on the perfect spot, and the perfect kick. The Steelers are kind of torn now. You know, they have a victory. They've done everything, but they have their starting quarterback on the bench, and the kick going through is a good sight. Your quarterback with anything is not a good sight.
And now you worry about Jacksonville next week, and Marty's got to worry about going to Oakland. And unless San Diego pulls off a miracle finish here, the Chargers will go to 2-3, and in all 3 losses, they will have lost the lead in the 4th quarter against Dallas, against Denver, and now here.